Hey everyone! If you enjoyed this video, the full version is available on Patreon. I'll be uploading all my content there going forward.
Hey guys, my friend accidentally fell into a money trap/scam. If you can help him, it would be a great help for him. Chapter 1. In the world, the wind and clouds change. Above the heavens, a huge screen suddenly appeared. In the center of the screen, it is written Inventory, execute the Immortal Monitor Lizard. Seeing this situation, the creatures of all the heavens and realms frowned slightly. What is that? Hokage World. Tsunade just became Hokage. The recent handover of work has already kept her very busy. Especially after becoming a Hokage, he came into contact with many secrets that he usually did not know. It turns out that the world seems calm, but in fact there are undercurrents. Suddenly, there was a sharp knock on the door. It's not good, Tsunade-sama, a big screen has appeared in the sky. Hearsay. Tsunade came to the window, and she looked up into the air. Sure enough, there was a huge screen floating over there. Somewhat unreal. This didn't make Tsunade feel very good. Thinking of the death of the third generation of Hokage of the teacher. And the tailed beast that broke out in the village. Could it be that Uchiha Itachi is back? Could it be that the thunder does not destroy the evil lizard a tailed beast? After all, no matter how you look at that screen, it looks like magic. Did you figure out the details of that screen? Tsunade asked. Tsunade has seen the power of the tailed beast, and if the tailed beast comes to the village again, I am afraid that the entire Konoha village will be cool. Nope. Quickly inform the people in the dark department and let them find out who is behind the trouble, and the village can no longer be damaged. Yes. In addition to Tsunade, the rest of the village also sensed the vision. I'll go. What's that? It looks like a TV. Inventory, execute the monitor lizard? What is an immortal lizard? Why execute it? Why does it look weird and scary? How to execute? Is it a direct kill? The ninjas jumped on the roof and stopped to watch. Too many big things have happened recently, and everyone feels uneasy in their hearts. The entire Konoha seemed to have lost its main heart bone. There is a feeling of storminess. Pirate World. The new world had just set sail, and Luffy had only 5 people on board. Luffy, Shangus, Nami, Solan, and Usopp. They had just left the sea restaurant and headed for the Great Voyage. Luffy, as usual, sat on the bow of the boat, his exclusive throne, looking at the sea in the distance. Wow, ha 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 ha, One Piece, I'm coming. Several other people were also leisurely on the splint, blowing the sea breeze. Only Nami did not sit idle. She is the navigator of the Golden Melee and must always pay attention to changes in the environment on the sea. Suddenly, she was the first to see the screen that suddenly appeared in mid-air. That? What is that? Everyone looked in the direction of Nami's finger. A huge screen appeared in their line of sight. The screen is so large that it covers half of the sky, and the screen is black overall. There are only a few big white characters in the center. Inventory, execution of Immortal Lizard. Woohoo! Luffy was very excited to see something new. Rubber arm! Luffy shouted, his arm suddenly lengthened, and then grabbed the guardrail of the lookout. Then he flew up. Hey, Luffy, the lookout is Uncle Ben's location. Seeing Luffy coming, Usopp was a little unhappy. This throne, how could Luffy snatch it? Usopp, don't be stingy, let me see what is in the sky. He. No, unless you make Uncle Ben the captain. Ghost destroy the world. Tanjiro has just passed the test and become a member of the Ghost Killer team. He returned to the house of his predecessor, Mr. Izuki Takagi. The sun has set. Tanjiro's tired body, walking alone in the dark night. His eyes were firm, looking at the small room not far away. Tanjiro knew that his sister was there. His sister is what drives him to become a ghost killer, and Tanjiro vows to protect his sister. Also at this time, a young girl's nose moved, and she seemed to smell a familiar smell. That's right. Yasuko senses that Tanjiro is back. She rushed out of the house, and sure enough, on the small dirt slope not far away, she saw her brother who had not been seen for a long time. After a long absence, the brothers and sisters hugged each other and cried. Medusa, brother didn't lie to you, I will definitely pass the assessment. Midako can't speak yet, but her big blinking eyes are very cute. Meantime, Mr. Taki also walked out. Tanjiro, you really didn't disappoint me, congratulations on passing the assessment. Thank you for taking care of my sister these days. Tanjiro bowed in thanks. Yasuko also learns Tanjiro's movements. Suddenly, a large black screen appeared in mid-air. What's that? Mr. Taki muttered. Is it a ghost without misery? Hearsay. Tanjiro and Yasuko also looked up at the sky. Inventory, execute the monitor lizard? What is that? Tanjiro was a little puzzled. I don't know, let's be careful lately, Wu Miser's recent movements have been frequent. Except for the world mentioned above. All the heavens and worlds noticed this screen. Without exception, they were all shocked. Zhang Hulan, let me go, what is that? It's outrageous enough. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, what kind of plane? Is this also Dior's masterpiece? One Punch Man World Genos, Saitama-sensei, come out and see, something incredible has appeared in the sky. While everyone was talking, suddenly, the content on the big screen changed. Human beings have multiplied for 25,000 years, but only 4,000 years are meaningful. There are many phenomena in the heavens and realms that cannot be explained. The mission of the Foundation is to control, contain, and protect human beings, whether human beings want to or not. Next, the abnormal creatures arrive, please contain them, and wait for the Foundation to come and shelter them. In order to execute the Immortal Lizard, please do your best. Chapter 2. See what's on the screen. In the world, everyone was stunned. They didn't understand what the text on the screen was. What is a foundation? What are abnormal creatures? Why execute the Immortal Lizard? Too many questions linger in their hearts. But the same thing is that everyone explained that something big might be going to happen. Hokage World. Inside a pitch-black cave. Nagato still didn't look very good. Although trapped in this place and unable to get out, through Pain's eyes, he can also see the screen in the sky. Don't destroy the lizard? Didn't we find the tailed beast? Nagato fought for his life in order to collect all the tailed beasts. Xiaonan shook his head, indicating that he didn't know. Then, Obito, is that your masterpiece? Nagato asked weakly. In Nagato's opinion, the thing above, illusory, feels more like illusion. Although with his pupil technique, he could not see the details, but Nagato had this kind of guess. Obito denied, I came to you for this, I thought it was you who made it. At such critical moments, this kind of confusion appears. It's really horrible. Absolutely, have you found out the details of that thing? Which village is it? Obito asked. Ju on the side also spread his hands, indicating that he had not found it yet. This made Obito feel bad. I didn't even find out the details of that thing. Could it be that in the Hokage world, there was still a powerful force that they had not discovered? Let's keep a low profile these days, the work of collecting tailed beasts needs to be considered in the long run. Obito said. The crowd had no opinion. Pirate World, Navy Headquarters. Sengoku and Carp discuss what has happened recently in the sea field. Carp, do you know that recently a little pirate actually took down the naval base? When Sengoku said this, he was obviously a little angry. In the eyes of the warring states, this is not a small matter. Pirates are killing crazy at the naval base, isn't this a declaration of war against the navy? Be sure to pull this kid out and give him some color. If it weren't for the fact that the East China Sea was too far away, Carp really wanted to send a few more people to clean up the little straw-hatted pirate. Oh? And this thing? Carp eats senbei, but it doesn't matter. I heard that kid's name is Luffy. What an arrogant fellow, don't let me seize the opportunity, otherwise you have to let him know the sinister of society. Hearing Luffy's name, Carp spewed out a mouthful of senbei scraps. Are you talking about Monkey D. Luffy? Yes, that's him, Carp, you. Sengoku just wanted to ask something, and suddenly thought of Carp's full name Monkey D. Carp. Special meow, these two goods will not have anything to do with it. What an old guy who doesn't feel at ease. At this time, the pheasant probe entered the office. Sengoku-san, Kapu-shang, a huge screen appeared outside, saying that something was going to be executed. Hearing this, Sengoku and Carp left the office and came to the square. Foundation? Immortal monitor lizards? Abnormal creatures? What is this? Carp asked first. Originally, the warring states were not in a very good mood, and their eyebrows were frowned. This thing won't be anyone's devil fruit ability, right? You guys hurry up and check it out, I'll see who's making trouble behind it. Yes. Right at this moment, there was a change on the big screen. Information is currently publicly available. Containment, Immortal Lizard. Project level, Keter level. Description, this organism is huge, lizard-like reptile. Tip, this creature is extremely dangerous, its vitality is extremely tenacious, don't get close to the execution process. Seeing this text, the creatures of the heavens and realms fell into doubt again. A big question mark appears on the head. Pirate World. Tsunade was rummaging through the office trying to find relevant information. Don't destroy the lizard, why haven't you heard of it? She was a little sure now. It's really possible that this creature is related to the tailed beast. Although, it is not certain whether the immortal lizard is real. But as Hokage Konoha, she has a responsibility to prevent problems before they happen. The other ninjas, on the other hand, didn't look as serious as Tsunade. Do you say that the content on the big screen is true? It's hard to say, after all, I've never seen such a creature. Don't destroy the lizard? Is this creature as strong as a tailed beast? Why do you want to publicly execute this thing? The ninjas were all guessing. Pirate World, East China Sea. Luffy stretched his neck to the longest, he was going to watch TV in the nearest detail. Don't you kill the lizards? Ha ha ha, it seems to be quite interesting. Compared to beautiful women, Luffy prefers to see novel things. Several others didn't care much about what's on the big screen. It's just a pastime. Right at this moment, a picture begins to appear on the screen. The picture is in a dark and damp room. See the moment it appears, of course. Everyone in the heavens and realms smelled a pungent smell. I'll go, can this screen still release the smell? It feels like it's really an illusion, and you still smell it when you watch TV. It's a big night, so I don't dare to sleep. It's a big score, this sense of substitution is too strong. Everyone is talking about it. After all, this was the first time they had encountered this situation. The picture continues. In one corner of the room, a huge lizard-like creature lies. It looks 5 meters long, and the skin of the whole body is ulcerated, and no piece of skin is intact. The appearance of this scene made people with dense phobias a little uncomfortable, which was too disgusting. The most striking place of the immortal lizard is still his skull, and the bare skull can almost be seen, and there is no skin covering, which hurts to watch. Then, 2 people approaching him. A woman dressed as a professional secretary and a doctor in a white coat. Dr. Giles, do you really want to see the lizard yourself? That's dangerous. The secretary flipped through the documents in his hand and told the doctor the message of the immortal lizard. Don't worry, I have my own measure. The doctor seemed calm, and no emotion could be heard in his tone. Chapter 3. Soon, Dr. Giles and his secretary then arrived outside the Immortal Lizard's door. The rooms that contain the Immortal Lizards are reinforced by acid-resistant steel plates, which are as thick as long as they are more than 25 centimeters. Moreover, the inner walls are all coated with a high concentration of hydrochloric acid. Only in this way can the freedom of the Immortal Lizard be reluctantly restricted. In fact, as long as the lizard wants to escape, he can still leave, but he just doesn't want to do it for the time being. Through the tiny peephole on the door, the doctor observed the big guy in the room. The Immortal Lizard seems to be living well. What has it been doing lately? Gilspaz asked. Hearing this, the secretary immediately opened the information. The Immortal Lizard has a tendency to escape recently, often hitting the steel plate wall. After all, it has killed more than 10 D-class personnel. Hear this. Giles began to groping his jaw. Can't wait any longer, execute the Immortal Lizard immediately. The secretary asked, Doctor, all the containments of the Foundation are not its opponents, how can you execute the unexterminated lizard? Didn't the mobile contingent discover new containment? Hurry up and let them bring it back, maybe they can restrain the lizards that cannot be destroyed. With that, Dr. Giles waved his hand and left the place. Pirate World, Navy Headquarters. The moment the Immortal Lizard appears, Nami almost didn't throw it out. What the hell is this? Looks so disgusting. Unlike Nami, Luffy and Usopp are like discovering a new continent. Woohoo Usopp, look, there's a funny guy. Where? Let me see. Wow, how its skull is exposed. K-Shwe World. Recently, there have been machine homicides. Through the analysis of Maori Kogora and Conan, it has been possible to locate the location of the murderer. Officer Twilight was sending police to the place. It is a warehouse that has been abandoned for a long time. Brother Mori, are you sure you're really there? Officer Twilight asked. Hearsay. Maori Kogora patted his chest and said, Brother Twilight, don't you still believe me? When is it out of sight? Wow ha 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 ha. Conan on the side rolled his eyes. Cut, Uncle likes to brag. Little ghost, what are you talking about? Don't think I didn't hear. Being debunked on the spot, Maori Kogora was not very happy. Brother Mori, I will trust you again. So Officer Twilight took a dozen police officers and drove towards the place of the exhaust gas warehouse. Maori Kogora finally explained seriously, Officer Twilight, he is a serial murderer, you must be extra careful in your actions this time. Don't worry, Maori brother. At the same time. A few lines of text appear in the center of the screen. Information is currently publicly available. Abnormal creatures have appeared in a certain world. Containment, small peanut stone statue. Project level, Euclid. Description, the containment is similar in appearance to peanuts, and it must be kept in sight during the containment process, otherwise it is extremely dangerous. K-Shwe World. Conan looked at the heavenly screen on the screen. Lost in thought. Don't kill lizards? Little peanut statue? He thought for a moment in his heart, these things seem to be far away from him. But there seems to be tentacles. Could it be the creature that the organization made? Compared to other worlds, people in the world of K-Shwe believe that the information recorded on the screen is real. After all, in this world, to be able to make such a screen in the global air, the current level of science is still not possible. It can only be said that this is simply a divine skill. Conan had a bad premonition. Ghost destroy the world. Infinity City. The order that Wu Wei had just given to the ghosts. In any case, it is necessary to figure out the origin of the Foundation and the Immortal Lizard. He was too interested in this immortal creature. As the strongest in this world, No Misery also does not doubt the authenticity of the screen content. After all, Even you can't do it yourself. What about other people or ghosts? All the ghosts listen to the order. The next goal, in addition to finding the blue flower accident, also needs to find the whereabouts of the Foundation, as well as various abnormal creatures. Yes. 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 After receiving the order, the ghosts dispersed, except for the Black Death Mao. Wu miserable, do you really think that such immortal creatures exist in the world? In the same way as Wu Misery, Black Death Mao also lived for thousands of years. But there is always a fatal heel, which is fear of sunlight. Seeing the light of day again is their lifelong pursuit. Rather believe it, the blue flower has been looking for thousands of years, and I haven't found it yet. This time I feel like an opportunity. Okay. Black Death Mao said nothing, and also disappeared in place. The screen continues. This time, the picture turned a little dark. However, it is clear that in the dark night, more than a dozen policemen bowed towards a dilapidated warehouse. Moreover, this group of people does not seem to be able to see the screen in the sky. This led to speculation. Zhang Hulan, could it be that the little peanut stone statue appeared? Why can't this group of people see the heavenly message? Pirate World Sengoku, I want to see what is terrifying about abnormal creatures. Hokage World Tsunade, although I don't know if it's true, it's always right to gather more intelligence. Dolua World Xiao Wu, third brother, do you believe that there are immortal creatures in the world? In the conjecture of many. A sound came from the big screen. Officer Twilight reminded in a low voice, everyone please note that the front is the target location, and this mission can be shot with the approval of the above. Yes, Officer Twilight. Received, over. In the dark. Several young policemen walked ahead. Officer Twilight followed. A dozen people came to the door, barely without making any noise. Under the illumination of the light, a large amount of blood was found in the place. This made the policemen stunned, and they looked at each other, all sensing shock in each other's eyes. Several people exchanged glances and made a battle plan. Subsequently, a stout policeman stood up and kicked the door open. Immediately afterwards, several other policemen swarmed in, guns pointed in all directions. Police! Don't move! Police! Don't move! Chapter 4. See this scene. People who have traveled in other worlds have their hearts mentioned the eyes of their throats. Due to the video footage, the whole process is locked on the perspective of Officer Twilight. Therefore, the sense of substitution is particularly strong. Especially the world of K. Shuet. Conan sensed something strange like never before. The red liquid I just saw, no matter how you look at it, does not look like normal blood stains. This big summer. Why does the blood still stay so wet? Shouldn't it have been dried up long ago? Could it be that the dilapidated warehouse had just had another murder? But he didn't have a good way either. It's so late, and it's impossible to follow to the warehouse to check. I can only honestly look at the picture. Pirate World, Navy Headquarters. Sengoku also couldn't sleep all night today. From the world in the picture, it should not belong to the pirate world. Whether it's dressing or the surrounding buildings, it's completely different. Are there really other worlds? Why is that world in the picture? Could it be that the little peanut stone statue of the abnormal creature really arrived? Too many mysteries remain unsolved. Where can warring states sleep? Hokage World. Tsunade is also preoccupied. Recently, everything has made her head big. The teacher said that she didn't really want to be this Hokage. People in high positions, the responsibility is too great. I can't fish like I usually do. But since he has taken over the position of Hokage, he still has to do his duty. I couldn't live up to the teacher's expectations. She also stared at the picture. Are there really other worlds? In Tsunade's opinion, the world in the picture is at least not the world of Hokage. The world under one man. Zhang Hulan was participating in Luo Tiandajian and had just met Old Heavenly Master. It just so happens that there are a lot of doubts in my heart, so you can ask the Heavenly Master. Master, can you be sure that the picture in the sky is real? Hearsay. Yujin and they all looked over. They are also curious. After all, Zhang Tianxi's strength is still recognized by everyone. I want to hear the thoughts and opinions of this old man. After all, what is immortal and immortal, what containment foundation is too outrageous? Zhang Tianxi did not answer immediately, but asked rhetorically, Chu Lan, do you think it is true or false? This question directly left Zhang Hulan speechless. Didn't I ask you first, why did you ask me up? Zhang Hulan complained like this in his heart, and he definitely did not dare to say it. Master, don't make fun of me, how dare the kid get an axe in front of the master? Zhang Hulan scratched the back of his head and said. Yujin was also on the side, old Zhang, just say it quickly, don't sell it. See everyone's expectant eyes. Zhang Tianxi brushed his beard, and he really had a sense of a master. I saw him looking up at the screen in the sky, and then closed his eyes slightly. Tickled everyone's appetite. Then slowly said, the old man can't understand either. As soon as the words came out, there was boos. Everyone didn't expect that Zhang Tianxi would be so shameless. If you don't know, you don't know, why do you still pretend to be profound, wasting the expression of fire? However, I always feel that something bad is going to happen. Zhang Tianxi added. Hearing this, others were also non-committal. So far, basically most of the world has been skeptical about the authenticity of the content on the screen. The reason is simple, too bizarre. The sky screen continues to play. The time police kicked open the door and entered the dilapidated warehouse. More than a dozen dazzling lights, in the warehouse for investigation and search. In the warehouse of about 200 square meters, there is basically no debris piled up. Not a single figure was seen, which made everyone's mood slightly relaxed. Officer Twilight, what now? Officer Twilight was now lost in thought. Judging from the bloodstains found outside, there should have been a murder in the warehouse. Could it be that the murderer had already run away? Just as he was thinking. Suddenly, I saw bloody footprints on the ground, extending to the corner of the warehouse, and suddenly disappeared. This caught the attention of Officer Twilight. So, Officer Twilight motioned for a few people to come over and take a look. Come to this place. You can vaguely see that there is a square wooden board on the ground, which looks a little out of line with other ground. Lift it up and take a look. Officer Twilight ordered. Then 4 policemen pinned flashlights to their waists and lifted the planks in 4 different directions. Next second, a staircase leading to the basement came into view. There was a basement. This made everyone's scalp a little numb. The rest of the audience also felt goosebumps. I didn't get there, there is a basement here. This kind of basement is often the place where the murder is committed, and it seems that the murderer should be in it. One thing to say, this TV series is well shot, very realistic, love. The policemen looked at each other and swallowed their saliva. The basement is too dark. There is not a little bit of light. It was as if it were the dark universe, absolute darkness and silence. Xiao Li, Xiao Zhang, you 2 walk side by side in front, the other 2 follow behind to cover, body armor and helmets are on. Yes. Yes. In addition, Xiao Wang and Xiao Huang, you 2 stay and take the wind outside. After Officer Twilight finished explaining, he followed everyone down the stairs. As soon as he walked up the first steps, Officer Twilight noticed that something was wrong. How do you feel sticky on the soles of your feet? He pointed the flashlight at the steps at his feet, and the next scene directly made him gasp. Officer Twilight found that the entire step was covered with red viscous liquid. And after the membrane on the surface of the liquid was stepped on, a strong pungent smell came out. This makes everyone feel that the big thing is not good. This place is really possible that the serial killer hides the body. But they have no way back. As a police officer, it is impossible to leave the murderer alone. Everyone thought crankily, and after 3 minutes, they walked the stairs and came to the basement. The further down, the more they noticed that the thickness of the red mucus under their feet became the bottommost position. The thickness of the mucus turned out to be higher than the sole. It's like a pool of blood. The viscosity is also quite amazing, and every time you lift your foot, you will tear out countless red thin lines, and when the thin lines break, they will make a rustling sound. At the same time, in the basement, a cool breeze hit. Even the policemen who have dealt with countless murder cases, at this time, goosebumps have sneaked to the heavenly spirit cover. Chapter 5. Beyond the picture, in the world of K-Shwet. Conan looked carefully at the footage in the video, with his years of detective experience. He was already able to determine that this place was where the serial killers hid their bodies. After all, by the viscosity of the blood on the ground, it can be basically concluded that most people have just died. At this time, Xiao Lan came over and picked up little Conan. "Okay, it's so late, hurry up and take a bath." Conan wanted to break free. But suddenly I touched something soft. This caused the brain that was originally thinking to have a brief downtime. "Sister Xiao Lan, I can solve the murder mystery right away. It's time to let go." Officer Twilight, a group of people had already arrived in the basement. Their expressions were solemn, and more than a dozen lights shone in all directions. Attempts to find the criminal, or the body of the victim. But after about 5 minutes of searching, I saw nothing. "Officer Twilight, what now?" a police officer asked. At this time, Officer Twilight pretended to be calm. In fact, it was the first time he encountered this situation. If this place is a place to hide corpses, then some human tissues can certainly be found. But obviously, there is nothing here. "Xiao Li, you collect some liquid on the ground and go back for DNA testing." "Yes." "The others, scatter in twos and twos, and then go and look for it, see if there is a secret passage here." Beyond the picture, the world under one person. Zhang Hulan completed the admission procedures for Luo Tiande. Ran into Wang Ye. It seems that Wang Ye has been waiting for a long time. "Zhang Hulan, there have been a lot of weird things happening recently, you have to be careful." In this regard, Zhang Hulan was non-committal. The experiences of the past few days have indeed shattered his perception. Whether it is the existence of aliens or the big screen in the sky, people are puzzled. Zhang Hulan looked at the screen. He muttered, "In this world, normal people can live, it may be a luxury." On the big screen. After Officer Twilight finished his task, he also took a flashlight and searched in the basement. Actually, when they came into the basement, Officer Twilight noticed a big guy in the corner. It looks like a huge peanut, the hole is dark yellow, about 3 meters tall. Officer Twilight didn't pay much attention to it, just treated it as an ordinary stone sculpture. Outside the picture, seeing this sculptor, my scalp was numb instantly. Doluo World. Tang San and Xiaowu had just joined Shrek Academy. 7 students gathered together for today's special training. 3. Look at the stone carvings in the corner, is it the little peanut stone statue mentioned earlier? Hearsay. Tang San fumbled with his chin, and he quickly came up with the same answer. That's right, it's indeed the little peanut stone statue mentioned in public information. The 7 monsters of Shrek all agreed. But why don't the people in the picture seem to know about the little peanut stone statue? Can't they see the big screen? Oscar asked suspiciously. Maybe they're too hard-working. The fat man spread his hands and said. There is still a possibility. Tang San voiced his thoughts. Assuming that all the information mentioned on the big screen is true, then it is also possible that some people have poor information and cannot see the complete information. Of course, All this is speculation. Everyone heard Tang San's words. There was neither opposition nor approval. After all, this kind of thing, people who can do this kind of thing, what a terrifying power must have. The big screen continues. Officer Twilight walked over to the statue with a few small policemen. Twilight probed the statue with a flashlight, but no matter how you look at it, it looks very ordinary. Nothing special. He didn't plan to waste time either, after all, it was still important to find a serial murderer. Thinking of this, Officer Twilight and the two policemen turned around, intending to move away from the statue. But the moment they turned around, Officer Twilight heard two miserable screams from behind. Ugh! Ugh! Hearing this, everyone in the Elder was frightened. Instantly, goosebumps rose. They subconsciously shot flashlights at the location of Officer Twilight. Next, a terrifying picture appeared in their eyes. I saw two colleagues, who had fallen to the ground, and the way to die was extremely ugly. It was as if the neck had been twisted abruptly. Before his eyes could close, he died. Beyond the picture, the world of Hokage. It's also night. When Tsunade saw this picture, even she was taken aback. As a ninja in the healing department, Tsunade has seen too many ways to die. But something as terrifying as this turned out to be rare in life. Twist the necks of two people in an instant? Is this what little peanut statues are capable of? And, according to her experience, the two people on the ground are obviously lifeless. It is impossible to save any more. Beyond the picture, Pirate World, Navy Headquarters. Sengoku was also attracted by the miserable cry. Brother Carp, do you see clearly how those two died? Sengoku asked. Apparently Carp didn't see it either. After all, the basement was dark, and everyone's flashlights did not shine on the place of the dead. Neither do I. When all the heavenly beings are guessing. A text suddenly appeared on the big screen. Information is currently available. Little Peanut statue ability, someone must keep an eye on it at all times, otherwise everyone will die. Tip, remember not to blink at the same time. After seeing this tip, everyone's scalp was a little numb. They also finally knew how the two died just now. That is, no one paid attention to the little peanut statue just now, so was it killed. I didn't expect that there were such creatures in the world, and I felt that it was really possible to make a movie. Why didn't such important information be made public in advance? On the big screen. Obviously, Officer Twilight did not see the public information this time. Officer Twilight looked at the light shining through everyone. His eyes were a little unable to open, and as the person closest to the corpse, it was impossible to say that it was impossible not to panic. He turned around at a very fast speed, then took several steps back and left the place of the crime. The next scene made him unforgettable for life. He also finally learned the cause of death of two colleagues. Killed by that little peanut statue. The stone statue's hands were still stained with blood. Fire! Officer Twilight shouted. Hearing this, all the policemen took out their pistols and shot at the little peanut. After 3 minutes of shooting, the stone statue probably didn't seem to react. Go! Officer Twilight said. Officer Twilight, what about the corpse? Go first, and deal with it when dawn. Subsequently, several people kept their lights locked on the stone statue and strolled towards the staircase. Soon, they withdrew. Finally everyone breathed a sigh of relief. But when the last person turned around, intending to cover the basement plank, something went wrong. The last two people who came out also screamed. Ugh! Ugh! Then, everyone was terrified. They all went backwards, and when they came back to their senses, they found small peanut stone statues, and I don't know when they also came out with them. Big guys, is anyone watching, after taking in the little peanuts? The Immortal Lizard is about to be executed. Chapter 6. I saw a small peanut stone statue that suddenly appeared. The police officers at the scene directly felt numb scalps. None of them expected that the speed of this stone statue would be so fast. When I looked a second ago, he was still in the farthest corner of the basement. In the blink of an eye, he came to his eyes and killed 2 policemen in an instant. Think of this. Officer Twilight only felt that the big thing was not good. This kind of movement speed is obviously supernatural. He looked at the little peanut, and in his heart he was thinking about what to do. Similarly, the creatures of the 10,000 worlds who watched the live broadcast were also taken aback. Beyond the picture, the world of K. Shwet. At this point, Conan was able to confirm it. It was indeed a small peanut statue, and as the public intelligence stated, as long as everyone does not look at it, someone will be killed. Think of this. Conan finds Dr. Agaza. Doctor, can you find information about that thing in your database? In this regard, the doctor also spread his hands. Conan, I know you're worried, but that kind of creature really might not be from Earth. In this regard, Conan was also non-committal, and he just came to confirm whether his conjecture was correct. After all, if the little peanut stone statue is really made by the black-clothed organization, then his own little life is not guaranteed. At the same time, people in other worlds also began to speculate. Moreover, they found that barrages could be sent on the large screen. So, on the barrage, they sent their own conjectures. Zhang Hulan, I'll go, the speed of that thing is really fast, it feels like teleportation. Jojo World Dior, can that stone statue also pause time? It must be so. Alliance World Cassadine, it feels a bit like the power of the void, which can be teleported anywhere. Naruto World Kakashi, is this also a type of ninjutsu? I don't seem to have seen it. Pirate World Nami, I'll go, this movement speed is simply against the sky, this stone statue is so disgusting. There are still 2 corpses in his hands. Spy over the family world Alia, Dad, come and watch a movie with Alia, the little peanut stone statue kills. Countless people saw that scene. But they still feel that the creatures in the picture may not be real. I prefer to believe that it is a movie-like picture. Anyway, if the whip is not pumped on yourself, you will not feel pain. The large screen picture continues. Inside the dilapidated warehouse, there was a pungent smell. All the policemen subconsciously covered their noses. Their eyes were all fixed on the little peanut stone statue, and then slowly retreated. It wasn't they who guessed how the little peanut stone statue attacked. This is the instinct of the police. It must be ensured that the criminals are in their sight. Everyone just like that, slowly exit the warehouse. Officer Twilight whispered. Soon, everyone retreated to the door. Also at this time, Officer Twilight shouted, "Run!" Hearsay. Footsteps revolved. Everyone turned around at the same time and ran towards the police car not far away. They breathed a sigh of relief in their hearts. Just run to the police car and you can ask for this damn thing. They thought this in their hearts, but they hadn't run out 2 steps yet. Suddenly, 2 more miserable howls came from behind him. Ah, help! Ah! At this time, everyone's legs were weak, and they almost fell under their feet. But they didn't look back at all, and the instinct to survive occupied the brains of the policemen. They ran like crazy. But there were screams behind them, before and after, no less than a dozen times. "Everyone, hurry up!" Officer Twilight, who was running at the front, shouted. But after saying this, none of my colleagues responded. Officer Twilight felt a chill in his heart. As the commander-in-chief of this operation, he must be responsible. So, he subconsciously looked back. It doesn't matter if you don't look at it, you are directly frightened and your legs are weak, and you sit on the ground. Behind him, the face of the stone statue suddenly appeared. This gave goosebumps all over his body. The corners of his mouth began to twitch. Rao is a group of police officers who have dealt with countless murder cases, and at this moment, the Twilight police officer is panicked. However, he couldn't figure out why this stone statue didn't kill himself. Suddenly, he thought of a point. Before, when everyone looked at the stone statue would stand still. As long as the stone statue was out of everyone's sight, he began to kill. Thinking of this, Officer Twilight looked at the corpse behind him again. The way of death was extremely ugly, and everyone's body appeared in a strange arc. It looks like it was screwed alive. Officer Twilight couldn't wait to give himself two big mouths. Why didn't he think of the stone statue's killing method in advance? This way more people can be saved. In this way, Officer Twilight stared at the stone statue deadly. Sitting on the ground, he slowly stepped back and soon retreated to the police car. He carefully opened the police car door. Then he sat down on his butt, of course, staring at the little peanut statue the whole time. This series of operations convinced Officer Twilight that his guess was correct. At this moment he closed the police car door heavily, and then breathed a sigh of relief. As soon as you step the accelerator, you intend to leave this damn place. Outside the picture, after seeing this scene, everyone began to discuss. Zhang Hulan, this policeman is afraid that he will have a psychological shadow for a lifetime, right? Dolua World Tang San, Officer Twilight finally guessed the attack method of the little peanut stone statue, which is quite clever. Pirate World Luffy, Officer Twilight, hurry up and run, this place should not stay for a long time. Naruto, is the little peanut statue also a tailed beast? Why wasn't it sealed? Destiny Stone Gate World Okabe Rentaro, there are many unknowns in the world, but everything is the choice of the Destiny Stone Gate. It was also being discussed at the same time. A group of people appears in the picture. It looks like there are at least 100 people. Some of them wore agent costumes, others in white coats. They all have a prominent logo on their clothes. That's the pattern of the Containment Foundation. That's right, the people from the Foundation came. Chapter 7. About 100 people walked towards Officer Twilight with great momentum. Looked at it. Officer Twilight was also a little blindsided. Could it be that someone was sent from above? Look at the outfit of the pedestrian. It should be special forces and medical personnel. Think of these. Officer Twilight's tense nerves finally eased somewhat. With so many people, and with such sophisticated weapons, there should be no more accidents. The group ignored Officer Twilight in the police car. Walk straight in the direction of the small peanut stone statue. In response, Officer Twilight poked his head out and watched their operation. I saw that a group of medical staff put on gloves and sprayed something on the gloves. Disinfectant alcohol. Then the group carefully placed the stone statue into a metal box. The operation of these people seems to be very skillful. Even in the whole excess, there was no communication. It's like I can't speak at all. Hey, what department are you in? Officer Twilight asked. After waiting for a few minutes, no one answered. This made Officer Twilight feel strange. He then retracted his head and rolled the window up. One thing is that he would love to flee the scene by car now, but he doesn't dare. He was afraid that his actions would upset his group. It may be killed on the spot. He had no doubt that, after all, the group did not look like police people at all. Off-screen. K-Shui World. Conan has arrived at Dr. Agaza's house. Haberam Morning is also inside. Kanan, it's so late, you hurry back, we're going to rest. Habara said sadly. But at such a critical time, how could Conan possibly sleep? He ignored Haihara's words. Instead, he looked at the doctor and asked, Doctor, can you spot the pattern on his group? Which country does it belong to? Which institution? In fact, by the time that group came out, the doctor had already begun to investigate. Conan, wait a minute, I'm scanning the whole network, it may take a few minutes. Hearing this, Conan groped his chin and paced back and forth. His mind was full of containment foundations. What is the purpose of this institution? Conan, the results are out. Hearing this, Conan immediately jumped on a high chair and looked at the results on the computer screen. The query result is empty. Seeing this result, Conan was even more certain. That screen in the sky, abnormal creatures are real. People from other worlds saw small peanut stone statues after being contained. It also began to be discussed. Is this the legendary Containment Foundation? It does look like that. How did this group of people know the bottom of the little peanut stone statue? Could it be that they had ever seen similar creatures? Oh, this stone statue looks like that. If it's in front of me, I'll definitely kill it. Do you remember? It is said that after containing the little peanuts, the execution of the immortal lizards will begin. That is, the little peanut stone statue is more powerful than the immortal lizard. The Foundation's mobile contingent has recovered the small peanut statues. Moreover, they ignored Officer Twilight. It soon disappeared into the night. No one knows how they came or how they left. Quietly, even surveillance did not capture their traces. To be precise, before they appeared, all nearby monitoring stopped working. The screen turns. A mobile contingent appeared in front of a city. The walls appear to be 500 meters high. The whole body is coated with black material. The gates and walls were all made of steel. The thickness of steel is 200 meters. On the city walls, they are familiar with the pattern, that is, the pattern of the Containment Foundation. Everyone realized a little. This place is the base camp of the hosting foundation. Zhang Hulan, I'll go, this place is the Containment Foundation. It looks like a big deal. Dalua World Tang San, in a city of this level, what kind of monster are they defending against? Hokage World Tsunade, if the defense of Konoha village can be achieved to this extent, it must be difficult for even the tailed beast to destroy. Pirate World Sengoku, even if it is the headquarters of the navy, it is not such a big hand. Is this a prison or a foundation? Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, OSHH. On the large screen, there was a sound. Please open the gate, the little peanut statue has been contained. The voice fell. Alarms sounded on the city walls, and red warning lights flashed constantly. At the same time, the steel door slowly opened, but not completely. It seems to have only opened a slit, but it is completely large enough for 3 people to enter side by side. Looking through the crack in the door, in the center, stood a man in a white coat. This person is none other than Dr. Giles. From Dr. Giles' face, no expression could be discerned. It seems that all emotions have been lost. He said to the people of the mobile task force, move the small peanut stone statue to the room of the immortal lizard, and after half an hour, start the execution of the immortal lizard. Yes. Dr. Giles. Chapter 8. Beyond the picture, the world of K. Shuet. After the people of the mobile contingent left, Officer Twilight's trembling hands finally calmed down. At this moment, he can also see the picture of the big screen in the sky. Damn it! He tapped his hands heavily on the steering wheel, thinking back to what had happened not long ago. Fell into self-blame. He simply did not dare to look back at the bodies of his colleagues. Too bloody and terrifying. At this time, an alarm sounded not far away. It was the sound of police cars and ambulances. Hearing a familiar voice, Officer Twilight stood out of the police car. Waved to a colleague not far away. What kind of organization is the Containment Foundation? What kind of creature is the little peanut statue? He decided he had to get to the point. Give an account to your dead colleague. Hokage World. Inside a cave. Nagato couldn't sleep all night. Through Pain's eyes, he took in everything that had just happened. It was clear that he could tell. The world in the picture is not the world of Hokage. If the content in the picture is true, The destructive power of such abnormal creatures is indeed not to be underestimated. The next step is to execute the Immortal Lizard. Since this screen exists for the execution of immortal lizards, does it mean that the strength of the Immortal Lizard is stronger than that of the stone statue Peanut? In this regard, Nagato is not going to sleep tonight. He wanted to see who was more powerful than the tailed beast. Ghost destroy the world. Night is a time when haunts are haunted. Wu Wu didn't do anything else tonight, and all his attention was on the picture in the air. He felt the smell of extreme life from it. It's a lifelong dream. Immortal Lizard, is the execution finally about to begin? The video comes to the frame. From inside a building, 10 staff members appeared, dressed in uniform white. It's like a nurse's uniform. On the chest on the front of the garment, the icon of the Shelter Foundation is engraved. On the back of the clothes, a large D is engraved. These people are all D-level staff. In the Containment Foundation, D-level staff are consumables. You can give up your life at any time. Everything, the most dangerous tasks in the Containment Foundation, are carried out by this group of D-level personnel on the front line. Just like this mission to execute the Immortal Lizard. 10 D-class personnel took over the small peanut statue. According to Dr. Giles' order, the small peanut statue was carried to the door of the Immortal Lizard holding room. At this time, Dr. Giles watched everything through the camera. Open the door of the Immortal Lizard containment room. Yes. Dr. Giles was the commander of the operation. Record the complete data on this execution. Yes. The containment room of the Immortal Lizard is actually composed of 2 rooms. The big room is covered with a small room. The Immortal Lizard was locked up in that small room. This is done in order to prevent the Immortal Lizard from escaping as much as possible. The D-level officer first opened the steel door of the large room. Then the small peanut statue was carried inside. Then lock the steel door of the large room. Next, open the steel door of the small room. Then he pushed the small peanut statue in. Finally, immediately close the steel door of the small room. Of course, their eyes were on the small peanut statue the whole time. After all, the danger level of this guy is still quite high. Although the lives of D-level personnel are not worth much, if they can avoid losses, try to avoid them. After the D-class personnel exited the large room, they did not leave immediately, but stayed in place. Wait for the results of the execution. Be ready to rush in and take the little peanut statue away. Off-screen. After watching this series of operations, everyone began to look forward to it. Countless barrages appeared on the large screen in the air. Lei Wujian, I'll go, do this group of people still have humanity? Human life is treated as a consumable. World under one person Zhang Tianqi, Chu Lan, you must know that this world is very cruel, and without strength, you can only be at the mercy of others. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yes, are you finally going to do it? Ultimate life forms are back on Earth? Hokage World Suzuki, what doesn't destroy the lizard, it's just a child's house. Pirate World Shangji's, it looks really disgusting, can you change the channel, broadcast these pictures in front of girls, there is no gentlemanly demeanor at all. Country of Light World Father of Ultra, how do those abnormal creatures look like monsters, brothers of Ultra, have you encountered similar monsters? Country of Light World Tyro, I haven't encountered it. On the big screen. The monitoring room is exceptionally dark. 9 large screens, different angles to shoot the picture of the Immortal Lizard containment room. In fact, most containment objects are monitored by cameras to varying degrees. Manned 24 hours a day. In the monitoring room, there are a total of 3 working staff. Dr. Giles' secretary, and an execution record clerk. All 3 of them stared dead at the picture in the air. Outside the monitoring room, there are also 2 D-class personnel guarding it. After all, this execution project is very critical. The data obtained can directly affect the decision to execute the immortal lizards in the future. There's no room for mistakes. And at this time, there was a loud noise outside the surveillance room. Dr. Barrett, you can't do this, Dr. Giles is conducting critical research. But before the D-level personnel finished speaking, the door to the monitoring room was forcibly opened. The person who came was also one of the 4 doctors of the apocalypse, Dr. Barrett. Dr. Barrett's younger brother, after being taken in by the Foundation. He also joined the Shelter Foundation. Moreover, the name in the Foundation is not small, and people give away the nickname Mad Scientist. Yo, Giles, for such an important execution experiment, you didn't even call me. Chapter 9. For the appearance of Barrett. Dr. Giles didn't seem half surprised. Already used to it. This kid is a notorious science madman in the Foundation. In particular, the hairstyle of his explosive head looks like he hasn't washed it for a month. His younger brother is the Containment. Barrett, this kid, even experimented on his brother. But think about it too. Who is not a madman in the eyes of outsiders as a doctor in the Foundation? Giles did not answer Barrett's words. The expression was still indifferent, but he just said to the record clerk, "Don't let go of any details, record them all." Yes. The clerk did not dare to snub. Later, Barrett also found a place to sit down. Also look at the small peanut stone statue and the immortal lizard on the screen. Can this thing execute an immortal lizard? Looks a bit suspended. But for Barrett's words, Giles turned a deaf ear. Nothing is more important than executing an immortal lizard. But apparently, Dr. Barrett had no intention of giving up on speaking. I also recently discovered an anomalous creature in a world, Giles. If you are willing to exchange research information with me, I can let you participate in the execution at that time. Hear this. Dr. Giles looked back at Barrett. Can you tell me what the abnormal creature you found? According to the news sent back by the intelligence agency, it is likely to be a shy person. When Barrett said this, a smug expression appeared on his face. Okay. Giles replied with just one word. But that's enough. Beyond the picture, the world of K-Shwet. Inside the police station, Officer Twilight was taken to the transcript room and took notes. Although it is an insider of the police department. But these processes still have to go, after all, the camera broke down at that time. He was the only one who came back alive. Officer Twilight told everything that had happened. Big summer. From time to time, cold sweat flowed from his forehead. The air conditioning was turned on in the audit room, which made Officer Twilight feel cold all over his body. Can I turn off the air conditioner? I feel so cold. Okay, Twilight Chief. Also at this time, there was a knock on the door outside. Report, on the big screen outside, seems to talk about new abnormal creatures. Hearsay. Officer Twilight was startled. New anomalous creatures? And where it appears? Officer Twilight asked with a panicked look. Not yet, just said in one world, but I don't know which world one world refers to. Okay, got it. Officer Twilight had just witnessed the deaths of more than a dozen of his colleagues. He didn't want to go through it again. That fear had been deeply imprinted in Officer Twilight's heart. The heavenly worlds also looked at the picture in unison. Pirate World Luffy, ha ha ha, that Dr. Barrett's hairstyle is so funny, it's like a ball of fluffy yarn. Jongholen, new abnormal creatures have been discovered again. One side of the world? Can foundations travel from world to world? I said it's making a movie. It must be fake. Dolua World Xiao Wu, brother, do you believe that there are multiple worlds? Dolua World Tang San, I believe. After all, Tang San just crossed over, how could he not believe it? Dolua World Xiao Huo Huo, teacher, you once said that this world is very large, and the Dowdy powerhouse can freely travel to and from other planes. It seems to be true. Youth Song World Song Xiao Se, the world is so big. Maybe it's true. In the large screen picture, the monitoring room. What used to be 3 people has now become 5. Dr. Borat also brought a secretary. The level of authority of the secretary is not low, and it has come to level 2. Of course, only staff with authority higher than or equal to level 2. To be eligible for access to the execution process. Most of the secretarial and clerical staff are level 2 personnel. Currently, the lead of this execution project is Dr. Giles. Therefore, the D-level personnel in the crowd monitoring only need to obey his orders. Dr. Giles doesn't ink either. Release the little peanut stone man from the iron box. Yes. Dr. Giles ordered. One of the D-class people took out the remote control. Through the remote control, the robotic arm in the containment room is manipulated to open the iron box where the small peanut statue is kept. Then, the small peanut stone statue slowly stood up from the iron box. Looked at it. The Immortal Lizard found an anomaly. Immediately locked his gaze on the small peanut stone statue, and instantly retreated to the corner of the containment room. The high acid solution on the wall, the moment it comes into contact with the skin of the Immortal Lizard, started with a croaking sound. The white smoke suddenly appeared, and the piece of skin that touched it had disappeared. The green liquid flowing out of the body of the Immortal Lizard is also dissolved by the high acid solution in a short time. The Immortal Lizard let out several deafening screams. People. Kind. I. Want. Kill. Finish. You. Guys. Although the sound is not very clear, but it can indeed be discerned that the Immortal Lizard actually spoke. Meanwhile, the small peanut stone statue also noticed the presence of the Immortal Lizard. It quickly attached itself to the wall farthest away from the Immortal Lizard. It is possible that the small peanut stone statue is composed of cement all over the body. Therefore, it did not react with the high acid solution on the wall. That's it. The 2 containment animals are facing each other. The entire containment room fell silent for a while. Only the croaking sound of the skin of the unextinguishable lizard is constantly dissolved by the high acid solution. Chapter 10. Outside the picture, everyone subconsciously covered their noses. Even those who were asleep were awakened by the stench. It's like an old woman who hasn't brushed her teeth for 10 years, and she also eats a mouthful of and breathes at the side of her nose. Very uncomfortable. Pirate World. Sengoku, Carp, Pheasant, Red Dog, Yellow Ape. They stood at the headquarters of the naval base, looking at the picture in the sky. Similarly, they smelled the stench emitted by the dissolution of the skin. For this case, Sengoku's brows furrowed. This is simply a supernatural phenomenon within the supernatural. Even in the pirate world, there are basically no fruit ability people who can do this. How's the investigation going? Sengoku asked. Then, a navy straightened up and said, Report Marshal, just confirmed by the telephone worm, naval bases all over the world have seen the same picture and smelled the same stench. Hearing this, Sengoku felt bad in his heart. If this is the case, then it is very likely that the Containment Foundation is real and has more than one world. That said, it is likely that there may also be anomalous creatures in the pirate world. And according to the dialogue of the 2 doctors of the Foundation, it can basically be concluded that the Immortal Lizard is very strong, and the Immortal Lizard may be true. Extreme creatures are just that. Ghost-destroying world, Infinity City. The meeting was held again, and the 12 ghost moons came together. There is no other reason. Misfortune has been able to confirm that both the Containment Foundation and the anomalous creatures are real. Unexpectedly, in addition to ghosts, there are such anti-heavenly creatures in the world. In Wu Wu's opinion, it is necessary to obtain these creatures and then study their bodies. Maybe you can find traces of the blue flower. I believe that the picture in the sky that you have all seen, a new anomalous creature has appeared. December ghosts, find the anomalous creature, this is your new task. The upper winding of the 3 Chu nest seat, the front and lower string of the Chu Chi, this is your opportunity to make meritorious contributions to your crimes. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's all disperse. Don't waste any more time, my patience is limited. The voice fell. The 12 ghost moons disappeared into Infinity City. 12 black shadows instantly disappeared in all directions. Even Black Death Mao, who has always been calm, has become motivated. In the big screen picture, the Immortal Lizard and the small peanut stone statue looked at each other like this. No one went on the offensive. However, the surveillance camera captured an important clue, that is, the lizard did not blink during this time. Record this clue. Dr. Giles said lightly. Yes. The record clerk was recording in a hurry, not daring to snub in the slightest. And just like that, a full 5 hours passed. The Immortal Lizard and the little peanut stone man still maintain the same posture. Not a single step has been moved. Suddenly at this moment, once again, the door was knocked open. Dr. Giles, it's time for the prescribed meal. Then a trolley was pushed in. 5 members have strict rules about the Foundation, which are strictly followed by every staff member. Even the 4th Doctor of the Apocalypse is no exception, and he has to eat when it comes to dinner. After all, the Foundation's kitchen is not a kitchen that can cook all the time. You have to eat it all within half an hour. Otherwise, maybe some containment will run to the kitchen and eat all the dishes. Dr. Giles and Dr. Borat each received a box lunch. While eating, I looked at the picture on the screen. I said, Giles, when will it be big if it drags on like this? Dr. Borat said he was a little impatient. So what can I do? Dr. Giles asked rhetorically. Hey. Dr. Borat let out a hearty laugh. In terms of studying containments, he is confident that he still has some means. Dr. Giles, if I want to say, you look cold on the surface, but in fact you are too kind-hearted. If you have something to say, just say it. Okay. After eating his last bite, Dr. Borat wiped his mouth and ate the few grains of rice that had fallen on his white coat. He patted the ash on his body, and then said unhurriedly. If I want to say, directly shoot the eyes of the Immortal Lizard, anyway, its recovery ability is strong, you are right, ha ha ha. As soon as the words came out, everyone was stunned. K Shui World Grey Yuan mourned, this group of people is worse than the people of the black-clothed organization, I don't look at it. The world under one man Zhang Holan, Lying Groove, isn't he a doctor? How can it be so cruel? President of the Earth Animal Protection Association, their behavior is immoral, and we strongly condemn it. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, since you thought of it, then hurry up and put it into action, don't waste Uncle Ben's time. Lei Wujian, I go, can I still play like this? That's not okay. Basically, the vast majority of people still maintain kindness. There is no shame on this behavior. After all, it's still too cruel. You can kill it directly, but you can't torture it. Dr. Giles heard Dr. Borat's proposal. Only one word replied. Okay. He remained aloof. Shooting an animal blind in the eye is like damaging a small toy, without any psychological burden. Off-screen, the audience was a little strained. I go, the doctors of the Shelter Foundation, are they all so cold-blooded? It's too grassy, just agreed, especially without any hesitation. These two people are simply demons. Although the audience watching the picture is complaining. But it did not affect the decisions of the two doctors in the slightest. And even more terrifying. This kind of behavior turned out to be tacitly approved by the Reception Foundation. None of them prompted objections. Dr. Giles didn't think much of it. Directly picked up the microphone not far away and said, Mobile Task Force, send a person, shoot the eyes of the unquenchable lizard. Received. Chapter 11. In the mobile contingent, some are really perverted. Many of the team members are murderous maniacs and war maniacs. The purpose for which they joined the Shelter Foundation was simple. That is, you can get advanced weapons and equipment and fight as you like. When the command is received, a sniper code-named Black Death is already in place. He acted decisively. Bang! One shot. Through the small hole left in the wall beforehand, it directly pierced the right eye of the Immortal Lizard. This sudden attack directly let the entire back of the Immortal Lizard stick to the wall. Large patches of skin come into contact with highly concentrated acidic solutions. The pain was so bad that the lizard screamed. Plus the blindness in the right eye. This made the Immortal Lizard extremely angry in his heart. People, class. The words are not finished. Suddenly, another bullet hit the left eye of the Immortal Lizard. Originally, the lizard was not extinguished in order to stay away from acidic solutions. The body is not in balance. This was a sudden second attack. Directly let the body of the Immortal Lizard rotate twice on the wall. That is to say, the back and chest of the Immortal Lizard are all stained with a high concentration acidic solution. Time. The whole body produced very dense small bubbles. And, each small bubble is slowly expanding. Then with a bang, it cracked. Every time it breaks, the Immortal Lizard will let out a miserable cry. It looks very pathetic. One step at a time. All the skin on and off the body of the Immortal Lizard is corroded by a high concentration of acidic solution. The green muscles are exposed and feel like they're going to fall off in the next second. Green bodily fluids kept dripping from the body tissues, and the sound of clicking filled the entire containment room. Subsequently, through the spread of the large screen in the air, it spread throughout the heavens and realms. Seeing this scene, even some hard-hearted people had a little ripple in their hearts. It's inhumane. Zhonghulan, Ma Yat, this is too miserable, right? Is the liquid on the wall so corrosive? Breaking the world soul Heavenly Emperor, SHH, how can this group of people be more ruthless than me? Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yes, can you give him a pain, why torture him so much? Hokage World Tsunade, is this what is called an execution? With such a serious injury, it is impossible to recover. Pirate World Sengoku, the Foundation is really not a person, Draco is simply pediatric compared to them. The picture continues. The Immortal Lizard kicked hard against the wall. Finally, I pulled my body out of it. So, this stopped the miserable screams. However, its eyes are completely blind. The little peanut stone man in the distance can no longer be seen. The Immortal Lizard showed a trace of unease. Inside the monitoring room. Hurry up and record the results. Dr. Giles urged. Yes. The two doctors stared at the surveillance screen. The envisaged situation did not happen. In the case of not destroying the lizard's blindness, the little peanut stone statue did not attack the unexterminating lizard. It still stood in place. This left Dr. Giles a little puzzled. Could it be that the little peanut statue is afraid of the lizard? However, he soon denied this conjecture, because the little peanut statue had no feelings at all. So there will be no fear either. Then, Dr. Borat said, why don't you turn off all the surveillance cameras? Hearsay. Dr. Giles immediately understood what Borat meant. In other words, even if someone watches the little peanut statue through surveillance, he will not attack? Dr. Giles didn't want that much either. Immediately ordered, turn off all the cameras in the Immortal Lizard containment room, and start the radio equipment. Yes. Record this operation. Yes. Dr. Giles knew, if not hurriedly. The eyes of the Immortal Lizard are about to grow. At that time, it may be necessary to repeat the previous operation again, shooting the eyes of the Immortal Lizard. He didn't want to waste time. With the order of Dr. Giles. Soon. All 9 cameras in the unexterminating lizard containment room were turned off and the radio equipment turned on. Outside the picture, people from other worlds are all numb. World under one man Zhonghulan, Nima, this is not a lizard that does not die or die. Jotaro Kyujo, oh, I don't recognize your approach, it's not like a man. Hokage world big snake pill, not bad, this kind of research is more, it's really exciting. Hokage world carp, the senbei in my hand is suddenly not fragrant, this kind of execution, I don't recognize, just cut off the head to give a pain. Lloyd Forger, Alia don't watch it, this kind of video is not suitable for you to watch, you are still too small. At this time, the picture is dark, after all, the cameras are all turned off. Only a loud noise could be heard from the containment room. You can roughly tell it by the sound. Immortal Lizard and Little Peanut are fighting. Also, from time to time, you can feel the wall vibrating violently. Even, the thickened steel wall has dents. It can be seen that the battle must have been quite fierce. I just don't know if the Little Peanut stone statue has successfully executed the Immortal Lizard. About 10 minutes passed. Dr. Giles said coldly, turn on the camera of the Immortal Lizard containment room. Yes. Subsequently, 9 pictures appeared in front of everyone's eyes. As soon as the picture came out, everyone was directly stunned. Chapter 12. In the screen, inside the monitoring room. The 2 doctors looked at the surveillance footage. They looked at each other, and this was the first time they had seen this situation. I saw it in the picture. The body of the Immortal Lizard has recovered. The body, which was originally corroded by highly acidic liquid, will be completely the same. Even, the skin feels more radiant than before. 2 eyes also grew out. The Immortal Lizard lies on the ground with its belly facing up. But the 2 eyes still stared straight at the Little Peanut stone statue. At the position of the neck of the Immortal Lizard, several obvious scars can be seen. Let's talk about the small peanut stone statue. It retreated to its original place, looking at the Immortal Lizard in the same dullness. It's as if you haven't moved too much. But it has green liquid on its hands, as well as some of the body tissues of the Immortal Lizard. These can all be illustrative. It has just been a big war. The small peanut stone statue, on the surface, is harmless to humans and animals, but unexpectedly, it is a guy who likes to play tricks behind his back. Inside the monitoring room, Dr. Cold Giles nodded rarely, he was quite satisfied with the results of this experiment. At least the results of previous executions were different. You know, the previous execution experiment. Basically, the lizards are unilaterally hanging other creatures. This time, it can be regarded as a chess match. Have the results of the experiment just been recorded? Dr. Giles asked. It's all recorded. Compared to Dr. Giles' calmness, Dr. Borat was excited. Woohoo Dr. Giles, you have picked up a treasure this time, your Little Peanut stone statue, you can't let the Immortal Lizard take him. Hearsay. Dr. Giles was non-committal. Dr. Borat continued, Giles, let's say okay. Research data sharing. Got it, I won't regret it. Giles said lightly. It's good to have your words. You go and make a copy of the execution record. Borat instructed his assistant. Yes. Doctor. Off screen. Compared to 2 PhDs. Others have their worldviews shattered. Ghost destroy the world. Wu Miserable saw the screen after turning on the monitoring. The whole person was so excited that he couldn't do it. The physical recovery ability of the Immortal Lizard is not much with ghosts. Unexpectedly, in addition to ghosts, there are creatures with such tenacious vitality in the world. The point is, this guy is not afraid of light. It is simply the ultimate lifelike existence. This further made Wu Miserable want to get abnormal creatures even more. Pirate World. East China Sea. All the crew of the Straw Hat pirate ship also saw that picture. Ha ha ha, that guy is so strong, his body has actually recovered. Luffy was so happy that he couldn't do it. I really want to invite him on my boat, but there is a pet missing on board. Hearsay. Everyone else is not calm. Luffy, if you dare to do this, I will kill you. Luffy, don't mess around, this thing will kill us. I agree, if the lizard can get on board, I have inexhaustible ingredients, after all, he can be reborn. You dead cook, Lao-Tzu slashed you. In addition to these worlds, all the heavens and realms were shocked. However, while everyone is discussing, the picture on the screen has changed again. The crazy Dr. Borat looked at the surveillance footage. Recently showed a maniacal laugh. Dr. Giles, your execution this time is truly miraculous. Ha ha ha. Even the calm Dr. Giles was slightly shocked by the surveillance footage. Monitoring screen. All the scars on the immortal lizard's body have been restored, including scratches on the neck. Not only that, the body of the immortal lizard has grown many eyes in different parts. A cursory look was counted. That's about 50 eyes. And, the black eyeballs of these 50 eyes, looking in one direction at the same time. That's the little peanut statue. Not only that, but these eyes don't blink at the same time. That is to say, at any moment, the small peanut stone statue will be exposed to the vision of the immortal lizard. The appearance of this scene, to the surprise of the two doctors. Record execution data. Yes. Outside the picture, everyone felt their scalps tingle. The world under one person Zhang Hulan, I go, so many eyes, looking strange and scary. Spy over the family world Alia, Dad, Alia has a dense phobia, so scared. Woo woo. Jojo world Dior, oh, is this the ultimate life form? It seems to occupy the body of the immortal lizard. Ghost destroys world Tanjiro, is this an abnormal creature? I don't know which is stronger than the ghost. One Punch World Genos, Saitama-sensei, can you kill the immortal lizard with one punch? Country of Light World The King of Ultra, the immortal lizard may be a projection of four-dimensional space in a three-dimensional world, and it is impossible for ordinary humans to destroy it. Obviously. Dr. Giles did not intend to end today's study. In his opinion, immortal lizards grow so many eyes. It's like declaring war on yourself. Since you can blind me in 2 eyes, can you blind all of 50 eyes? Think of this. Dr. Giles decided to come in a big wave. Mobile Task Force snipers are ready to shoot all 50 eyes of the immortal lizard. After receiving the order from the sniper department of the mobile contingent, one by one, they began to cheer. Yahoo! Oi! Finally it's our turn. So, at the same time 100 sniper rifles were set up at the same time. Each muzzle was aimed at one eye of the immortal lizard. What they want to do is to shoot all the eyes of the immortal lizard blind at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Bang! Hundreds of bullets were fired at the same time. All together hit the immortal lizard. It must be said that the mobile contingent is the elite of the elite. There was no bullet. All shot at the target eye. If it hits the body of another organism, the wall will be beaten into a sieve. You know, the sniper rifle of the Mobile Task Force is the most advanced sniper rifle in the world. The power is amazing. Even a steel plate 50 mm thick can break through. Not to mention the eyes of some creature. In general, the eye is one of the most fragile organs of living things. But if you don't destroy the lizard, it is not an ordinary creature. At the moment when the bullet touched the eyes of the immortal lizard, the expected result did not come out. It can be clearly seen that a layer of transparent substance has appeared on the eyes of the immortal lizard. These transparent substances have a very smooth surface, like a protective shell. All the bullets, all the bullets. Chapter 13. This was an unexpected result. Shocked Dr. Giles and Dr. Barrett. Rao is Giles, and he is also a little excited in his heart. In this experiment, the Immortal Lizard not only showed extremely strong vitality, it also changes its own body structure to potential threats. This is a very important piece of intelligence. Record this execution, Dr. Giles said. Yes. This time the record is too important for him. It is an important reference for subsequent executions. Beyond the big screen, the creatures of the heavens and realms saw this result. They were all jaw-dropping. Hokage World. The big snake pill watched the picture of the Immortal Lizard. The long snake letter licked his face. After fighting with the 3 generations of Hokage, his hands were almost crippled. I have to replace one. Sasuke hasn't grown up yet, it's definitely ruled out. Junmaro was seriously ill and could not possess himself. If you can find the same ultimate life form as the Immortal Lizard, wouldn't that be the one who would not be dead or perishable? Thinking of this, he immediately ordered, Junmaro, you order to go down and look for abnormal creatures. Yes. Ghost destroy the world. He lived for thousands of years. There are only 2 purposes in life, to find the blue flower and destroy the ghost-killing team. However, he now has a 3rd goal. It's about finding anomalous creatures. If you become the ultimate life form, you don't need the blue flower. Destroying the ghost squad is not yet easy. What's more, Immortal Lizards are not just as simple as tenacious vitality. He could even evolve. This ability, even if it is not miserable, is very much wanted to get. Similarly, people in other worlds also showed varying degrees of shock. Zhonghulan, it's too grassy, no wonder the Containment Foundation wants to execute the Immortal Lizard, this thing is simply a scourge. Spy over the family world Alia. Alia seems to be unable to read the heart of the Immortal Lizard. Destiny Stone Gate World Rentaro Okabe, M. It seems that the Gate of the Stone of Destiny can't be explained, right? Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo? Oh, yes, don't let me meet, I'm out of the circle at the speed of light, and I will definitely let you die without a place to die. One Punch Man World Saitama, Genos, my fist doesn't seem to be able to kill or destroy the lizard. This is the moment. Basically, everyone recognized the strength of the Immortal Lizard. It really is immortal. Not to mention its combat effectiveness, just with its anti-heavenly vitality and terrifying evolutionary ability, it is enough to make everyone look high. Executions continue. For the next week, the Immortal Lizard and the Little Peanut statue will be locked together. Giles said lightly. Yes. Giles, this week's experimental data, also share it with me. Dr. Borit reminded. Got it. Also at this time, Dr. Borit received an encrypted message. Encrypting the information requires a special password, plus Dr. Borit's iris to decipher. Soon. Borit then knew the content of the message. Hello, Dr. Borit, an anomaly creature has been found in the ghost destruction world. After seeing this message, Dr. Borit was so excited that he almost didn't jump. Just watched Dr. Giles execute the Immortal Lizard. His hands were also a little itchy. Thereupon, Dr. Borit immediately replied with an encrypted message. Obey my orders and bring the abnormal creatures back immediately. 50 mobile task forces, 100 D-level personnel, you use the space passage and immediately go to the ghost destruction world. Space Access is a project for containment by the Containment Foundation. Through the spatial passage, it is possible to travel to other worlds. Spatial channel energy, there may be 4-dimensional space, or space at higher latitudes. That's why we can achieve this effect. And the space channel is relatively stable, and there have basically been no problems. After Dr. Borit gave the order, he said goodbye to Dr. Giles and left. Giles, I will not break my word, when the execution occurs, send someone to inform you. Leaving a word, Dr. Borit left. Off-screen. See the conversation between the two. Everyone was a little unsettled. Ghost destroy the world. No tragedy recalled the 12-ghost moon. He heard clearly that the next anomalous creature appeared in the ghost destruction world. Isn't this your own world? It's really sleepy to give pillows when it comes. The people of the Containment Foundation must not be allowed to take the lead. 12 Ghost Moon obeys the order. Your only task this month is to bring the abnormal creatures back. Yes. Everyone spoke in unison. Let's go. Order. Everyone disappeared in place, except for Black Death Mao. No misery, don't forget our agreement then. Don't worry, I will never forget it. Meanwhile, talking black crows have appeared in many places. This is used by the Ghost Slayer for communication. Warning, abnormal creatures descend on the ghost destruction world. Issue a mission: stop the 12 ghost moons, don't let them get abnormal creatures. Tanjiro, as a member of the ghost killer team, of course, also received this mission. He packed the beans into a wooden box and set off on his journey. Tanjiro has a feeling that maybe an abnormal creature can restore Yadoko. The world under one man Zhang Hulan, new abnormal creatures appear so soon? Why am I still looking forward to it? Pirate World Sengoku, sure enough, as I thought, there are many other worlds. What kind of world is ghost destruction? K Shui World Twilight Police Officer, hey, it's good that the abnormal creatures this time are in other worlds, otherwise many people will die again. Death World Blue Ran, why don't you come to the god of Death World? I will let it go and never return. Spy over the world Alia really wants to meet abnormal creatures. Lloyd Fogger, no, you don't want to. Above the heavens and realms, the picture on the big screen began to change. Introductory text appears. Information is currently publicly available. Abnormal creatures have appeared in the ghost destruction world. Containment, shy people. Project level, Euclid. Description: the containment is similar in appearance to humans, does not contain pigment on the whole body, has 5 hairs on the body surface, and is extremely malnourished. Chapter 14. Public information attracts everyone's attention. This time, the public information on the big screen did not publish photos of shy people. After all, if it is released, as long as you see the photo, it may cause a lot of casualties. If they are not taken out in time, it is likely that the ghosts will destroy the world, and they will all suffer together. Ghost destroy the world. Since the exact location of this anomalous containment is not known, Wu Miserable scattered the 12 ghost moons, led a group of little ghosts, and searched the whole world. Of course, the same goes for the Ghost Slayer. It is impossible for either side to concentrate their firepower to a point without specific information. Tanjiro, Yadoko, Inashuk, Zanai. The 4 of them form a small team as new members of the Ghost Killer team. Head to the nearby Spider Mountain area. K Shui World. As a world where abnormal creatures have appeared, the army and police are ready in all directions. In various street communities, there are military personnel. Even, in relatively large cities, tanks were dropped. After all, in the final analysis, everyone in the K Shui world is an ordinary person, not even a low martial world. Brother Twilight, we came to the hospital to see. Maori Kogora and Conan went to the psychiatric department of the hospital. Oh, it's Mori brother and Conan. Seeing someone coming, Officer Twilight wanted to sit up. It is obvious that Officer Twilight's mental state is not particularly good. The face is also ugly. There is no way, after all, I witnessed the death of many colleagues. Officer Twilight, what do you think of the shy person this time? Mori Kogora asked. Well, it's hard to say, but what I can be sure of is that if it's an abnormal containment, it must not be easy to deal with. Officer Twilight recalled the little peanut stone statue, and he was still a little afraid. People from other worlds also began to discuss. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yao, malnutrition, I can burst with one punch. One Punch Man World Vicious Wolf, Laughing Dead, this kind of skinny goods are not worthy of being my opponent. Spy over the family world Alia, Dad, the second monster is about to appear, and Alia will also take in abnormal creatures. Pirate world Luffy, Yahoo, we lack a weak person on our ship, invite us to our ship. He. In the discussion of everyone, the large screen in midair began to play animation. Ghost destroy the world. In the dead of night, a full moon hangs high. The miserable white moonlight illuminated the entire land. The forest stretches for thousands of miles, and on the surface it looks calm, but in fact there are undercurrents. Tanjiro, Yadoko, Inosuke, and Zanai appear in the deep forest. On the way, they heard villagers say that strange noises were often heard in this forest. So I'm going to come and take a look. The four men headed towards the forest for about 5 minutes. Suddenly, I saw a figure. Tanjiro immediately ran forward to check. Through the opponent's costume and the Nikki knife in his hand, it can be seen that this person is also a member of the ghost-killing team. Hey, are you all right? Tanjiro asked worriedly. The man opened his eyes with difficulty and glanced at Tanjiro and the others, as well as the rank mark on their chests. He said with a panicked expression, "Why are you not a pillar-level member? You quickly fled and went to the pillar for help. The situation here is not something you can handle." With that, the man fell asleep. Then, Tanjiro looked up and found that not far away, there were several corpses of the ghost-killing team. He also sensed the seriousness of the problem. Outside the picture, the creatures of the heavens and realms were talking about it. Zhang Hulan, I went, so many people died, was it killed by a shy person? Conan, Tanjiro, are they samurai? This time, the abnormal creature seems to be even trickier than the small peanut stone statue. Lei Wujian, I'm going, what's the situation? Was the start so bloody? There were at least a dozen corpses lying on the ground. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yes, that's enough, the most annoying thing is the enemy hiding in the shadows. Hokage World Orochimaru, finally appeared, abnormal creatures, oh no, my darling, let me see what you look like. The four of Tanjiro looked at each other, they had no intention of leaving. After all, it is late now, and the situation is urgent. Even if I return to the headquarters Butterfly House, I am afraid it will be too late. Especially Inosuke, an acute battle maniac, it is impossible for him to stop here. So the four of them cautiously walked towards the depths of the forest. The screen turns. Butterfly House. The insect pillar Butterfly Shinobu, the water pillar Tomioka Yoshiyuki came to the Lord's room. Lord, I just received a message from the crow. There have been a large number of casualties in Spider Mountain, and we suspect that abnormal creatures have appeared. Hearsay. The master of the ghost-killing team thought a little, did not hesitate too much, and immediately made a decision. The other pillars are not currently in the Butterfly House, and they will not be able to return for a while. At present, only Shinobu Butterfly and Yoshiyuki Tomioka remain. You two go to support, and bring Tanjiro and Yadoko back by the way. Yes. Yes. The words fell, and two black figures disappeared in place. Similarly, the miserable side also received the news. Spider Mountain is the territory of the next string. In order to be on the safe side, Wu Miao decided to send two ghosts to support as well. Shangxian no Ji Tong Mo, Shangxian no Sanya Wozie, you go to Spider Mountain to support. This mission must only be successful, otherwise you will come back to me with your head. Guaranteed to complete the task. That's it. The big guys all gathered towards Spider Mountain. Chapter 15. Off-screen. The world of juvenile songs. Xiao Se was in the Snowfall Mountain Villa, looking at the heavy snow outside the window in a daze. Due to the weather, the inn has not been open for several months. If no one comes, I am afraid that bankruptcy will be declared. A young man wearing Phoenix Fire walked towards the inn. It's finally about to open, this kid can afford to wear Phoenix Fire, he must be a rich lord. Thinking of this, Xiao Se planned to be a black-hearted businessman. Let this kid feel the sinister of society. Officer, what would you like to eat? A bowl of Yangchun noodles, a bowl of old rotten roast. This is not going to be bleak. Unexpectedly, this kid looked quite elegantly dressed, but he didn't expect to be a poor ghost. Lei Wujian ate noodles. Look at the picture in the air. Groove! Shouted. Are the people who destroy the world so strong? In the blink of an eye, the person is gone. Hear this. Xiao Se is too lazy to deal with this kind of poor ghost, so hurry up and get it after eating. At the time of the ghost destruction world picture appeared. Suddenly there were many more barrages on the big screen. Zhang Hulan, I'll go. Does the ghost destroy the world really exist ghosts? If I want to say these people are also abnormal creatures, hurry up and arrest them. Conan, what's going on? Do they really know how to spell? Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yes, it's getting interesting, let's fight. Fairy Tale World Natsu, woohoo burn, if you don't comply, fuck him. Working Cell World Platelets, it's over, this time there will be a lot of blood again, platelets may not be enough. Hokage World Orochimaru, let's fight, it's best to kill them all, I'll pick up the leaks. On the big screen, the four of Tanjiro had already arrived deep in the forest. Fortunately, today is a full moon, and the moonlight is enough to illuminate the way forward. Along the way, they found more than a dozen more bodies. Basically all members of the Ghost Killer team. Suddenly, hey, Tanjiro, let's go back. Shanyi said in a trembling voice. He hadn't waited for Tanjiro to speak. Inashuk took the lead and said, if you kid is afraid, stay where you are and wait for us. No. No, I'm going to come with you. The voice just fell. Suddenly, a child appeared in front of him. The child's whole body was shrouded in miserable white moonlight. The skin is almost pure white. Seeing this, everyone swallowed their spit. Tanjiro, let's go. Shanyi was terrified. But obviously, Tanjiro and the four of them couldn't walk anymore. Because, before you know it, they are already surrounded. It's surrounded by small spiders. Not only that, there were several white children lying on the tree, and an extremely strange arc appeared in the white child's head. He looked viciously to this side, and from time to time there was a sinister laugh on his lips. Soon, Tanjiro recognized the kid in front of him. 12 ghosts and moons under the string of the army, tired. Inside the pupil of the child's eye, a Wu character is written, which is very easy to identify. Tanjiro, what now? Shanyi held the Nikki knife, and his whole body was shaking. Tanjiro is also thinking about coping strategies. Judging by the current situation, it's really not dominant. There are too many people on the other side. The little spider lying on the ground, at a cursory glance, there are not 10,000 or 8,000. There were also 6 white children lying on the trunk of the tree. Plus the next cord tired. How to fight? Just as Tanjiro was thinking. The other party is ready to do it. He didn't intend to give Tanjiro too much time to hesitate. The enemy is very red when he meets. Just do what you say. Countless spiders, as well as white imps, approached him. The dry leaves on the ground were trampled and rattled. Tanjiro raised the Nikki knife in his hand with a solemn expression. Off-screen. Just as the so-called whip is not pumped on his ass, he will not feel pain. They are more of a good show mentality. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo? Oh, yes, I'm finally going to start fighting, and I'm going to fall asleep if I don't hit Lao Tzu again. Zhang Hulan, which side is the good person and which side is the bad person? I haven't seen it until now. One Punch Man World Wolf, I like the eyes of this white ghost, how do I feel that my hand suddenly itches? Working Cell World Platelets, hey, you guys don't fight anymore. There are not enough platelets. Country of Light World Tyro, Father, are we going to help? Country of Light World Father of Ultra, let them solve the affairs of mankind themselves. There is no such thing as absolute good and evil. Tanjiro released the Yudiko. They stood side by side. Prepare to attack, after all, if you want to run now, you can't run away. Also at this time, there was a commotion deep in the forest. This made the original tense situation pause slightly. Everyone present turned their heads and looked in the direction that caused the riot. There were obviously so many people at the scene, but there was a short silence. Only footsteps were heard from deep in the forest. Snap! Very rhythmic, mixed with the sound of stepping on broken branches. Getting closer. The hearts of all the people mentioned the eyes of the throat. Could it be that there are still third-party forces in this forest? Suddenly, another miserable white face appeared in front of everyone's eyes. This person is more than 2 meters tall, he looks very weak, and his whole body is covered in skin. The 2 eyes were empty and abnormal, and there seemed to be no emotion. The arms are extremely long, and when walking upright, the back of the hand is dragged on the ground. Meet this person. Everyone gasped. Although I haven't seen him, everyone seems to know this guy. Shy people. Chapter 16. Inside and outside the picture. Even if it is a person who is far away, watching a screen in mid-air. I was also taken aback by this human who suddenly appeared. In particular, the camera also gave a close-up very intimately. World under one person Zhang Hulan, Lying Groove, is this a shy person? Is this human? Feels more like a ghost, right? Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yes, I look weak, I can knock out with one punch. Spy over the family world Alia, Dad, come and see, Alia has seen abnormal creatures. Pirate world Luffy, what? I thought it would be very strong, it looked very weak, and I still didn't invite me to the Sunshine Melee. Death world Blue Dye, a ghost in another world. How does not know compare to the virtual? Dolua world Tang San, a shy person. I don't know what the strength is, after all, you can't take people by their appearance. While everyone is discussing, lines of text appeared on the big screen. Information is currently publicly available. The shy person has appeared, this creature is usually very gentle, but if someone sees his face, whether directly or looking at a photo or video, the shy person will enter a state of severe sadness, and then he will kill the person who sees his face within a certain period of time. Note, if you look at the face of a shy person, no matter how far away you are, the shy person will find you at the same time and kill you. Note, minimum speed 35 km per hour, maximum speed, unable to count. Note, if you are in another world, it will not affect shy people. Tip, this public information, Ghost Destruction World is not displayed for the time being. After reading the public information, all the creatures of the heavens and realms gasped. I didn't expect that seemingly weak creature to have such anti-heavenly characteristics. World under one man Zhang Hulan, kill you in the same time. If I were on the other side of the earth, wouldn't the speed of a shy person be the speed of light? Dolua World Yao Lao, this setting looks very weak, but it is actually a strong batch. Conan, can't look at photos and videos. If the photo were circulated on the internet, wouldn't people all over the world have to burp? Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, it's quite scary, if you dare to come, I have to hammer your brain case. After reading this public confidence, everyone began to look forward to it. I have to say that this setting is quite interesting, but I don't know what the strength of shy people is. What will happen if a shy person rushes to the target person and finds that he can't beat him? People who destroy the world are obviously not easy to mess with. So, the creatures of the heavens and realms concentrated their attention and looked at the big screen in mid-air. Tanjiro also saw the face of the shy man. Although he still doesn't know how strong this guy is, he has a bad premonition. Medusa, let's find an opportunity later and escape this place first. Although the mission of the Ghost Killer team is to stop the 12 Ghost Moon from getting abnormal creatures. But from the analysis of the current situation, it is obvious that it cannot be beaten. Let the Shy and the Ghosts fight to lose both, and then sit on the fisherman's profit when the time comes. Think of this! Tanjiro shouted, retreat! In an instant, the 4 people turned into 4 black shadows and disappeared in place. However, Tired did not intend to pursue. For now, his priority is to catch the Shy person. Only in this way can we get bloodless blood. Maybe the strength can go to another level and become a winding in one fell swoop. Tanjiro and his party did not go far. They hid in a large tree and had a panoramic view of the situation below. Suddenly, the Shy person seems to be frightened. Holding his head, scratching his ears and cheeks, constantly screaming, crying, and making slurred sounds. It looks very sad. Tanjiro and his group looked at each other, all a little afraid. This kind of sound seems to be able to penetrate people's hearts. Anyone who listens will be affected by it, and his mood will become depressed. It lasts about a minute or two. The Shy stopped grieving. With his empty eyes, he looked around at everyone present, including Tanjiro and his group on the tree. Then, at great speed, he rushed to the person closest to him. With the help of the long arm span, the body of a white imp was torn off abruptly. Later, he rushed to the second imp and killed the second imp in the same way. Off-screen. This most primitive instinctive way of slaughter made everyone chrysanthemum. Zhonghulan, I'll go, is this person a human or a beast? He looks very weak, and he moves his hand without ambiguity. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yes, is this the legendary pig-eating tiger? Ghost-destroying world butterfly Shinobu, Tomioka Yoshiyuki, let's speed up our pace, the low-level members of the ghost-killing team may not be able to bear it. Hokage World Big Snake Pill, not bad, are all abnormal creatures so strong? It seems that I am also going to grab a research study. Pirate World Luffy, Yahoo, this kid is quite strong, I changed my mind, he is my 6th crew member, ha ha ha. The large screen picture continues. In a very short time, the Shy slaughtered the little white devils. At present, only the next string is left, and Tired remains in place. As the 12 Ghost Moon, the strength is naturally strong. But even so, tiredness still feels a little tricky. However, he didn't think much about it, and directly used his own trick Blood Demon technique Thread Engraving Prison. This move can tie spider webs to enemies. Then instantly cut the enemy into pieces. Don't look at it as just spider silk, but its hardness is orders of magnitude higher than steel wire. Tired is very informative about this trick. At this moment, he could already imagine the scene of praising himself without misery. But the next moment, the picture he imagined did not happen. I saw the Shy man after being trapped by a spider's web. It was very easy to rip out a hole. Not only that, the Shy person has no scars on his body. See this? Tired didn't react for a while. But it's late. The Shy person has rushed to the Tired side. Then in the same way, the Tired body was torn off. It may be the fighting instinct of a Shy person, who can actually find the weakness of tiredness in the first place. Then he ripped his tired head off. Stepped on the foot, turned into a mashed meat. Green bodily fluids splashed all over the body. Killing the next string is not much different for a Shy person than killing a ghost. This made Tanjiro feel that something was wrong. Thinking of escaping. But the empty eyes of the Shy man had already locked on Tanjiro and his group on the treetops. Chapter 17. Inside and outside the picture. The operation of the Shy person shocked the heavens and all the worlds. They never expected that a seemingly weak person could kill everyone in such a short time. Zhonghulan, whether the Shy person is too strong or the others are too weak, I am confused. Pirate World Nami, sure enough, simple spider silk can't trap anyone. Hokage World Tsunade, what if this creature appears in the village, can it be sealed? One Punch Man World Saitama, a shy person. This guy still looks difficult to deal with. Ghost Destroying World No Misery, oblivious, abnormal creature, you didn't disappoint Uncle Ben. Youth Song World Xiao Se, it's good that I didn't appear in the Youth Song World, otherwise with my current strength, I am afraid that I will be unable to escape death. In the picture, Tanjiro took Mitoko and jumped down from the tree. Inosuke and Zenai followed. Tanjiro was now able to determine that he could never be a match for the shy man. Even Wu Li was killed so easily. Not to mention himself, a rookie who has just joined the ghost-killing team. Now there is only one way, escape. But he hasn't run out a few steps yet. The shy man chased after him. The speed was so fast, it was too late, and the white figure was getting closer and closer. If this momentum continues, it will be chased in less than 10 seconds. Tanjiro, we can't run away, let's fight with this guy. Inosuke said. Hearsay. Tanjiro thinks the same. Okay, fight with this guy. The four of them stopped one after another and raised the Nikki knife in their hands. Prepared the posture for attack. Two small horns also appeared on Mitoko's forehead. The four looked at the shy man not far away. Up! Tanjiro shouted. Then, the four of them ejected like cannonballs, and instantly appeared next to the shy person. Wow! The Nikawa knife slashes at the shy man's body. But the shy person was not hurt by half a point, and even the skin on his body was not broken. Looked at it. Tanjiro felt bad in his heart. He kicked his foot and stepped back more than 10 meters away. Everyone is okay? Tanjiro asked. It's okay. This guy is very strong, my double knife, I can't cut his skin. Inosuke is naturally strong, reckless, and disobeys anyone. But this knife made him see the gap like heaven. It's too late, it's too soon. Shy people simply don't give the slightest respite. A dodge rushed to Tanjiro's body, and then a pair of miserable white and dry palms appeared in front of Tanjiro's brain. Tanjiro subconsciously raised the Nikawa knife and tried to block it. But the next scene made him completely dumbfounded. The shy man actually directly pinched the Nikawa knife. The palm of his hand had already come to Tanjiro's head, less than 5 centimeters away. Is that all? Tanjiro ran back in his head. He glanced at Medusa not far away. I was a little unwilling in my heart. Tears flowed instantly. Suddenly at this moment, a voice broke Tanjiro's thoughts. What do you want? Now is not the time to be in a daze. Then a silver-white knife appeared in front of him. He abruptly blocked the attack of the shy man. Tanjiro sat down on the ground with his butt. Looking in the direction of the blade, he then showed great joy. Mr. Tomioka, you are finally here. Tomioka Yoshiyuki is a ghost killer team pillar level existence, and his strength is very strong. Tanjiro seemed to see a savior. Yo, this little sister looks good, how does she not look like a human? The insect pillar butterfly Shinobu also rushed to the horse, and she noticed Mitoko first. After all, Mitoko is a ghost, not a person. Don't make trouble, the Lord said to take Medusa back. Tomioka Yoshiyuki said immediately. Tomioka knew that Butterfly Shinobu looked very gentle on the surface. But I hate ghosts very much in my bones. After all, Butterfly Shinobu's sister was killed by a ghost. Therefore, Tomioka Yoshiyuki has no doubt that Butterfly Shinobu wants to kill Mitoko. Oh I'm kidding, look at how nervous you are. Butterfly covered her mouth and said with a smile. Off-screen. Everyone saw that Tanjiro and his party were saved. The heart I was carrying was put down. World under one person Zhang Hulan, these two people look very strong, are they very powerful at the column level? One Punch Man World Evil Wolf, these two swordsmen can actually block the attacks of shy people, and their strength is not bad, and they are qualified to be my opponents. Ghost-destroying World Lord, it's good to be there. Lei Wujian, I don't know how my knife compares to them. Pirate World Solon, Luffy, Usopp, you get out of the way for me, I don't allow any swordsman to be stronger than me. On the big screen, Tomioka Yoshiyuki and Shinobu Butterfly took a step forward, their bodies blocking in front of Tanjiro and his group. They pulled out the knife at their waist. In the face of shy people, even if it is a column, you can't be careless. But just when the two were about to fight, there was a roaring laughter over the forest. Oh, a lot of old friends. The person who came was the winding of the two Tong Mo, the winding of the three Iwosa. Isn't this a column of water and a pillar of insects? Interested in becoming a ghost? Nest seat, people send nicknames, sales masters. As long as you see a strong man, you want to invite him to become a ghost. Are you dreaming? Butterfly Shinobu said. As a pillar, the butterfly can naturally sense the strength of the two ghosts. It can only be described in one word: strong. Strong perversion. Through the numbers 2 and 3 on the pupils of the two ghosts, it's easy to know who they are. A mocking smile appeared at the corner of Tong Mo's mouth. If you are willing to leave here, I can temporarily let you live, otherwise, today will be your time to die. Hearsay. The corner of Butterfly Shinobu's mouth twitched. If it had been placed before, she would definitely fight with these two ghosts. But not today. I just fought with a shy person. The strength is terrifying. Today's situation is too complicated, it is better to avoid the edge for now. And, in Butterfly Shinobu's opinion, Tong Mo and Unest are not necessarily able to clean up the shy person. Think of this. Shinobu Butterfly and Yoshiyuki Tomioka exchanged a look. So he took Tanjiro and his group and left here. Of course, they didn't go far. After all, there is still a task ahead. If Kaiusa and Tong Mo can really suppress the shy person, then they still have to stop it. So, on the frontal battlefield, only 3 people remained. Shy people, shy children. Chapter 18. Off-screen. Everyone began to worry a little for a while, and their shy people rose up. Pirate World Nami, how can they be like this? It's a bit of a beating one. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, shy people, kill all these people. Youth Song World Lei Wujian, this group of people don't talk about martial virtue anymore, who can stand the wheel war? Conan, it seems that I still underestimate abnormal creatures, and in that world, it is not worthwhile. Spies through the family world Alia, Dad, look quickly, the shy people are going to fight again. In the picture, shy people, child grinding, saber rattling. Tong Mo and Yawozie are still stealing credit. Tong Mo said condescendingly, Kiwoza, you don't have to worry about this matter, just let me handle it alone. Kiwozie is most unaccustomed to Tong Mo like this. Fighting a ranking higher than himself, it is simply a bit unsightly. You can't be arrogant for a while, I will kill you one day. The Kiwo seat did not give Tong face in the slightest. In his opinion, his own is not much weaker than Tong Mo, and even if he plays well, he still has a good chance to defeat Tong Mo. Just during the dispute between the two, the shy man rushed straight over. Not much BB at all. There was sadness and killing in his eyes. Seeing this, Tong Mo and Unest seat jumped apart on both sides. As the ghosts of the winding, this reaction is still there. However, from this attack, Yawosa also detected a trace of abnormality. Shy people are strong. So he had a plan and sat on the fisherman's profit. Tong Mo, don't you want to make meritorious contributions alone? This shy man will give it to you. Saying that, as soon as he stepped on the soles of his feet, he jumped onto a branch, crossed his hands at his waist, and looked at the battlefield below. Of course, Tong Mo understood the little juju in the heart of Yawosa. However, he has absolute confidence in his own strength. You kid, just watch. The voice fell. Tong Mo and the shy man go head to head. This time, he did not choose to dodge. But the next second, he regretted it. He obviously showed all his strength. Why is it that the body of a shy person has not suffered even the slightest scar? It's very weird. Also at this time, a very exaggerated arc appeared in the shy man's arm. Shunchi backhanded grabbed Tong Mo's arm. The strength is so great that even Tong Mo can't open it. Followed by the other hand of the shy man had already appeared in front of Tong Mo's brain. When I see it, my head is about to be pinched. Tong Mo gritted his teeth and cut off his arm abruptly. Then, retreat. This saved his life. Seeing the brief confrontation, Tong Mo was shocked in his heart. This guy in front of him is too strong. He had only felt this terrifying power in Wu Miserable and Black Death Mao. Even, Tong Mo believes that this guy's strength may be stronger. It doesn't belong to this world at all, it's too supermodel. Inside and outside the picture. Ghost destroy the world. Misery looked at the picture of the battle in the air. Even he was a little shocked. Although in the eyes of Wu Miserable, Tong Mo's strength is garbage. But being able to make Tong Mo powerless to fight back, this is the first time he has seen it. Think of this. He was even more looking forward to getting the abnormal creatures. People in other worlds were equally shocked. Naruto, didn't you say that Tong Mo is strong? Why not an enemy in one move? Pirate World Luffy, wow, ha ha ha, shy people are so strong, that's it, kill those people. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yes, that's enough, the strength of the ghost is this. It's so dish. Spy over the family world Alia, Dad, the abnormal creature is going to win again. In the picture. Although the rook seat is very unaccustomed to Tong Mo. But he also didn't expect that Tong Mo would be beaten like this, and he had no ability to fight back. If you go up and confront a shy person, you will definitely not please. Maybe it's even very embarrassing. The shy man saw that the blow did not succeed. Immediately followed Tong Mo's figure. Then, another palm almost slapped on Tong Mo's brain. Tong Mo subconsciously stretched out his other arm to block the attack of the shy person. But at this time, something went wrong. I don't know when, in a void, more than 100 people appeared. Some of them wore agent clothes, and some wore white coats. The appearance of this scene shocked everyone. Here comes another force. Conan, have the people from the Foundation appeared again? The mobile contingent looks about the same as special forces. Zhang Hulan, I'll go, do you see it? They actually came out of the void? Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh yes, this group of people is really everywhere, people are fighting, what kind of trouble are you guys messing with? Spy over the family world Alia, Dad, the police have appeared again, will they take away abnormal creatures? Youth Song World Xiao Se, this group of people are so strangely dressed, I don't know which world it is. The mobile contingent walked ahead. They are very well armed, not only rifles, grenades. There are even small nuclear bombs. When the Foundation starts working, please wait for no one to leave the scene immediately, otherwise it will be treated as garbage. The leader of the mobile task force shouted with a megaphone. I'll just give you 5 seconds. I can't help but say. He started the countdown directly. 5. 4. 3. The countdown is not over. Tong Mo's face was full of unhappiness, and no one had dared to speak to him like this since he was a child. Only if he threatens others, when can he be threatened at will? Look down on people less. Go to hell. Tong Mo snorted. Then he unleashed his own special move, the Blood Demon technique, Winter Icicle. This move is enough to make the members of the column-level ghost-killing team hit hard. Ryazal looked at the battlefield. I also observed a moment of silence in my heart for the members of the Containment Foundation. In the next life, don't be so arrogant. However, the unexpected happened. Before the attack touched the mobile contingent, it disappeared out of thin air. Not only that, the mobile contingent also stopped the countdown. One does not remain. Saying that, a rain of bullets swept in. Smoke was set off. Chapter 19. The emergence of shelter foundations has sparked discussion. The people of this organization came at the right time. And still so overbearing? Want to kill everyone without saying a word? World under one person Zhang Hulan, the people of the mobile task force are also too domineering, right? Did the anomalous creatures write their names? Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, yes, this kind of person I don't like the most. There are many people, but few bullies. K Shui World possibly, can the mobile task force defeat the ghost? In my opinion, ghosts are also quite abnormal. Dolua World Tang San, the next thing is the main thing, I want to see where the confidence of the Containment Foundation comes from. Hokage World Orochimaru, has it finally appeared? Let me see your strength, don't let me down too much. Rifles, bazookas, grenades, gas grenades, and much more in the hands of the mobile contingent. All of them were thrown towards Tong Mo. The speed was too fast, which made Tong Mo unable to react at all. In the horrified gaze of everyone, Tong Mo's body was directly beaten into a puddle of mashed meat. Not to mention the beheading, the whole head was blasted into slag. You know, this is the best of the winding, a strong batch. But what I didn't expect was that just one face was wiped out by the people of the Foundation. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is a crushing of bones and ashes. When Kaiwuza saw this situation, how dare he stay in place and watch a good show? Because, the muzzle of the mobile contingent has already moved in the direction of the hype nest. This can make the nest seat cold. He fled. In the distance, Tanjiro and his group also disappeared into the treetops at some point. Without exception, they were shocked by the battles of the mobile contingent. It's not at all at the same level. I am afraid that if there is no tragedy, I will be killed on the spot. The mobile contingent took over the battle. Hundreds of people, fully armed. Aim the muzzle at the shy man. The sudden appearance of hundreds of people made the shy people very irritable. Staring viciously at everyone present, you can clearly see his murderous expression. To this, the people of the mobile contingent are also not used to it. Directly mounted anti-aircraft guns, bazookas. 5 shots came towards the shy man. Boom! In an instant, the flames of the explosion filled the entire forest. It was as if the forest had been set on fire. Smoke and dust soared into the sky, obscuring everyone's view. But the firepower of the mobile contingent never stopped. And more fiercely. Before the mobile task force came out, the doctor did not tell them about the characteristics of this anomalous creature. When they receive orders, I was just told that a bag was put on the head of a shy person. I don't know at all, I can't look at this guy's face. The super firepower made the personnel of the mobile contingent relax their vigilance. It also shocked the creatures of the 10,000 worlds who watched the big screen. Youth Song World Lei Wujian, I'm going, no wonder it's so arrogant, this group of strong combat power. Jojo World Jotaro Kyujo, oh, the strength of this army is really good. K Shui World Conan, can this really kill abnormal creatures? It feels a little suspended. Pirate World Sengoku, if they have Silu stones in their weapons, I am afraid that they can sweep the pirate world. Hokage World Orochimaru, what kind of weapon is this? It seems that in the future, I will find an opportunity to play with 2 handfuls. In 20 seconds, 2,000 bullets were fired at the shy man. 10 rocket launchers, 50 grenades. Also at the same time, 5 tanks appeared in the forest, as well as 5 helicopters. The sound of tank shelling shook the sky. The earth shook with it. A full minute passed. The mobile task force leader waved his hand and signaled everyone to stop. Subsequently, a tank was ordered to go and check on the situation. Hearsay. The sound of tracks sounded, and a tank drove towards the smoke. But it hasn't been driven in yet. I heard the screams. Save! Help me! In the horrified eyes of everyone, the tank made of steel was directly torn apart by the shy man with his bare hands. It's as easy as tearing open a piece of paper. The shy man pulled 4 people out of the tank. Relying on his long arm span, he tore off the bodies of the 4 people. For a while, blood splattered all over the place. Everyone present mentioned their throat eyes. They saw that there was not a single scar on the body of the shy man. But before the mobile contingent was shocked, the shy man had rushed to the nearest person. In the same way, the person was killed. Looked at it. The rest of the mobile task force was clearly panicked, and before the rifles in their hands were aimed, a new round of shooting began. But it's the same as the previous round. The shy person is not moved at all, and the body does not take a single step back. More and more people are dying at the hands of shy people. In the end, all of the 150 people who passed this round died, and none of them were spared. Even the helicopter in the sky was smashed down, and the plane was destroyed and killed. Blood stained the land red. The red blood pooled in the low-lying direction, forming a small lake. It looks very weird. But apparently, the shy have no intention of stopping. Because, Tanjiro and his group had also seen his face. Chapter 20. The picture of the battle just now made the scalp of all the creatures of the world numb. Mobile task forces are the best ones to kill. Needless to say, how strong the strength is. But it was such a team that could not last.